Hi there, my name is Ryan and I'm going to show you how to make this expense tracker in Google Sheets starting from scratch. This tracker is really awesome because you can add up to 10 different spending categories, log all of your expenses below, and then you get a nice visual breakdown of exactly how to spend your money. Now, if you'd really like a copy but you don't have time to build it, you can always download this template for free via the link in the description. That being said, let's get to it. The first thing we'll do is set up the worksheet structure and formatting so that everything looks nice and professional in the end. So, use your mouse to select columns H through Z, right-click on the column headers, and delete. Select column A, right-click, resize column, set the size to 50, and click OK. Select column B, right-click, resize column, set the size to 150, click OK, select columns C and D, right-click, resize columns, set the size to 200, and click OK. Next, click here in this box, which is called the name box. Type in 1 through 1000 and press Enter. This will select rows 1 through 1000, and with these rows selected, right-click on the row headers, resize rows, set the size to 30, and click OK. Also, set the horizontal alignment to left and the vertical alignment to middle. Next, select row 1, hold Ctrl, also select rows 3 and 14, then right-click, resize rows, set the size to 15, and click OK. Awesome. We can now turn off the grid lines by going to View, Show, uncheck grid lines. Then click here to select all cells, click the Fill Color button, and set the fill color to light gray 3. Now let's add some borders. Select the range B2 through C2, click the Borders button, set the color to dark gray 1, and click this to apply all borders. Select B4 through B13, go to Borders, Outer Border, select B15 through E15, Borders, Outer Border, then click in the name box, type in B16 through E500, press Enter, then go to Borders, Outer Borders. Then click the Fill Color button and click Reset. From here, select cell B2, bold the font, set the fill color to light blue 3, select C2, bold the font, change the font color to dark blue 2, also reset the fill color, change the horizontal alignment to right, then click the More Formats button here and select the number or accounting format. Next, select B4 through B13, bold the font, and set the fill color to light gray 1. Select C4 through E13, reset the fill color, select B15 through E15, bold the font, and change the fill color to light blue 3. Awesome. At this point, select cell B2 and type in total spending. Then select cell B4 and type in a few sample categories like so. You can always change these later, but just add a few for now. After that, select cell B15 and type in date, category, description, and amount. Then also enter a few sample dates and amounts like this. These are going to help us validate our formulas here in a little bit, so please enter at least a few. And while you're doing that, I wanted to run something by you really quick. If you like the design of this template and you really like the idea of managing your personal finances in Google Sheets, then I think you should check out my personal finance bundle. It's a collection of 8 really amazing spreadsheets, And it gives you a whole system for managing your money. I use Google Sheets to manage my own personal finances, and if these spreadsheets can help me, I have no doubt that they can help you too. So check it out, you'll find a link in the description, and let's get back to it. Okie dokie, now that you have some sample data, go ahead and click in the name box once again, type in B16 through B500, and press enter. Then click the More Formats button here, select Custom Date and Time, and now you can pick a date format that you like. If you don't see one that you like, you can always build your own. Personally, I like to have the month, a space, the day, comma, space, and the year. Either way, once you have a date format that you like, click Apply. Okie dokie, go ahead and click in the name box again. Type in E15 through E500 and press enter. Change the horizontal alignment to right, then click the More Formats button and select the number or accounting format. Nice, it's looking good. Now let's add the drop-down menus for the category column. Click in the name box once again, type in C16 through C500 and press enter. Go to Data, Data Validation, click on Add Rule, select drop-down from a range, then for the range, select B4 through B13 and click OK. Then under Advanced Options, select a display style of your choice, and finally click Done. Now you can assign categories to each of your sample transactions, and I recommend that you go ahead and do so. Awesome. One more formatting touch, and then on to the formulas. Click in the name box one more time, type in B16 through E500, press enter, go to Borders, change the border color to light gray 2, and click this to apply inner borders. Fantastic. We are now ready to write some formulas. Start in cell D4 and enter the following. Equals SUMIF function C16 through C500. Then make this an absolute reference by adding in $signs. And a quick way to do this is to press F4 on your keyboard. Then move to the next argument, B4. Next argument, E16 through E500, and also make this an absolute reference. Then close parentheses and press enter. Now, if you happen to live in a country where you use a comma as your decimal separator instead of a period, then your formula is going to look slightly different. Instead of commas as argument separators, you'll use semicolons instead. Either way, this formula uses the SUMIF function to add up the amounts in the table below that correspond with the category that's referenced in cell B4. And once you have it working, use the fill handle to copy the formula down to cell D13. The absolute references, the ones with the $signs, stay the same, but the referenced category changes, which is what you want. Next, select cell C2 and enter the formula equals sum function E16 through E500, close parentheses, and press enter. This formula simply calculates your total spending. Next, select cell E4 and enter the formula equals if function D4 equals 0, next argument quote dash quote, next argument D4 divided by C2, make C2 an absolute reference, then close parentheses and press enter. This formula calculates the percentage that you've spent on this specific category. And if you get a weird decimal number like this, then just click this button to make it look like a percent. While you're at it, go ahead and change the font color to dark blue too, and change the horizontal alignment to right. Then use the fill handle to copy the formula down to cell E13. Then select D4 through D13. Bold the font. Set the font color to dark blue 2. Change the horizontal alignment to right. Then click the More Formats button and select the number or accounting format. Awesome, only one more formula to go. Select cell C4 and enter the following. Equals sparkline function D4, next argument, open bracket, quote, chart type, quote, comma, quote, bar, quote, semicolon, quote, max, quote, comma, max function, D4 through D13, make this an absolute reference, close parentheses, semicolon, quote, color 1, quote, comma, quote, light blue, quote, close bracket, close parentheses, and press enter. And if you need the alternate formula, then it looks like this. Either way, once you have it working, use the fill handle to copy the formula down to cell C13. And for the finishing touch, select the range C4 through E13, go to Borders, change the color to dark gray 1, and apply outer borders. Just like that, you're done with your Google Sheets expense tracker and you're ready to start tracking. Okie dokie. If you still have questions, let me know in the comments or feel free just to say hi. And don't forget to check out the Personal Finance Bundle. I promise it's worth a look. That being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next Spreadsheet Life video.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me.